There is a lot of convergence because clearly people like to digest video content or not just read. People need a lot of content. A lot of videos are being generated for training purposes, for marketing purposes, for selling purposes. So you're starting to see a lot of corporations who have this need, want to have high quality equipment to be able to produce their videos in-house. And you're starting to see a lot of corporations, universities, and even government agencies who have their own studios, and they're choosing to go with broadcast equipment, especially if they're going IP, and they're basing that on the standard that's being used in the broadcast industry, which is ST2110. So we've seen a lot of that, but the reality is that they're not broadcasting the air. What they're doing is either they're streaming the content, or they are basically using it internally and sending the signals to their different meeting rooms. And there's been a strong need because of this fact that they're using it in corporate, and they want the broadcast equipment, but how do I get this content around? So Matrox has really led the way, has participated very early in the world of ST2110, and we've led in the way to help create basically a cousin of 2110 called IPMX, which is an open standard. And there's a lot of value to that for customers because ultimately over time, when people are using standards, they can be able to send content from one equipment manufacturer to another seamlessly, easily. And that's where we're seeing the industry going. Customers want simple and easy to set up, easy to use, and that's where these open standards are going, and Matrox is really believing in that and leading the way and helping the standard come together. And that's something that we're focusing on here with products at the show. We have a whole family of converters and encoders and decoders called ConvertIP. We've made different versions of these products. So obviously we have the basic appliances or encoders and decoders that you can put at different ends. But now we've made an SDM module where people can put it inside a Panasonic screen or an NEC screen, which supports these SDM modules. So it's a ConvertIP, but inside the screen. Or we've also come out with a version to allow basically the gateways, right, to go from one format to another, because the reality is that in a lot of these facilities, people have different type of content and they need to be able to bring it in and out of their production or within their facility. So we have come out to the market with ConvertIP allows you to do conversion, and also a new product called Vion, which allows you not only to bring in like some baseband video, but allows you to convert from one format to another. KVM is also an important piece when you're putting together a corporate AV setup where you want to be able to control your devices remotely. And there too, there's a need for things to be done seamlessly. So at the show, we announced a product called Avio 2, which is based on ST2110 and IPMX, and is the world's first NMOS-aware IP KVM. All right, which really makes it simple now for people to be able to set things up, because when you support NMOS over a network, it's very easy to be able to discover your different systems that you have and be able to get your network together. Like there was the same dilemma on the broadcast side where you had the broadcast engineers, and then when the world was going to IP, there was a need for more IT people. I think the similar things are happening on the AV side, right? You have the AV engineers, but they're also learning to have to deal with networks now. But ultimately the goal is to keep it simple, because when you add components, you don't want to make it hard for either the AV engineers or the IT specialists at these different facilities to be able to manage that. So the goal is always to try to keep things with open standards so they all can speak to each other without having to bring in specialists all the time. So yeah, Matrox Origin is basically a framework. It's a media library that allows, basically our goal, we brought this out for the broadcast market where broadcasters in general want to be able to make best-in-breed applications and be able to exchange those contents on COTS-based hardware, not specialized hardware. And what we're seeing is that, again, because of this convergence of broadcast and AV, there's a need for the similar things on the AV side where people are producing keynote presentations or CEO type presentations and want to be able to just set up a system on a COTS-based setup versus dedicated hardware. Same idea. So this is technology that we're currently seeing on the broadcast side, but we're already starting to get demand from people on the AV side who put together systems for production switching. As the world, has decided that, hey, IP is a way to get things done, that has really helped converge the whole industries together. That's what I think has been the key element.